I don't know. It's kind of leaning, isn't it? Is it leaning forward?
We'll go ahead and begin, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to this very hot Tuesday afternoon. Stay indoors or stay in the shade. Today we're going to, during the agenda meeting, we'll review the action items that will be formally addressed next Tuesday, August 5th already, August 5th. 2025, and I'll call upon our city manager, Mr. Bill Burrow, to review those action items. Bill?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board. We will have a couple of guests that evening. Mary Zunick with the Hot Springs Sister City Executive Director to share the Sister City Internationals Award for Best Overall Program. She'll be here to speak to the board on that. We'll also have Chief Billy Harverton will be here recognizing one of our officers that just won a prestigious award. It's an internal award. It's the Corporal Brent Scrimshire Award. So he'll be here that night to talk about the award and the officer that has just been awarded that. Going into your consent agenda section, first item is consider resolution R25-144, a resolution amending resolution number 10336, Exhibit A, by approving an increase to the operator's rate schedule as set out in the non-exclusive franchise agreement for the operation of a specialty transit service by Jason Bennett doing business as JJ Pedicabs. And Harmony will discuss the item. Harmony?
Thank you. It's a long title. Basically, JJ Bennett has been operating his pedicab service since 2016. At that time, his rate was set in his franchise agreement at $2 per person per 3 city blocks. It has not increased since 2016. He is asking for an increase from the $2 fee to a $5 per person per 3 block rate. So this would simply amend his current agreement. His agreement does expire at the end of this year, so it will be coming back to you in full at the end of the year, but he did ask for this request to be effective immediately. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
How is the rate, how is the patron informed of the rate? Is it kind of before the fact, after the fact?
I believe that he is supposed to have it posted. I can't speak to that. He is planning on being here at the meeting to answer any questions if you wanted to move it to new business. But I am under the impression that it is posted on his pedicab itself.
All right, any additional questions?
Is there any information available how this rate increase compares with the other like types that have taken place?
I don't have anything like that. He is kind of unusual because we don't have any other similarly situated pedicab businesses. I can put in what the rates of other specialty permit holders are. I can put that in the packet.
Yeah, I was just curious to look at if we did like COLA 3% every year since 2016, what percentage of rate increase would that
Okay.
compound to?
Any additional questions? Thank you.
Next item is consider resolution R25-145, a resolution awarding a bid to Rush Truck Centers of Arkansas Incorporated for the purchase of a recycling truck for the solid waste department in the amount of $253,355.44. And our solid waste director, Samantha Jones, will discuss. Sam.
Good afternoon. HS-25-037, an invitation to bid for the procurement of a recycling truck was duly advertised and issued by the city's purchasing department in adherence to Ordinance 6148. Of the 2 bids received, Rush Truck Centers of Arkansas, Inc. was the lowest bid in the amount of $253,355.44. Staff reviewed the bid and confirmed it was responsive to the request for bids. A notice of intent to award has been published and no protests have been received. This truck is used to collect recycling throughout the city of Hot Springs in our Earth Angel program. It will replace Unit 9419, which is 10 years old and will be sold once the new truck is received. The purchase price is less than the amount included in the 2025 solid waste budget.
Any questions? Director Trustee?
Thank you, Mayor. Is this the same brand, Same model of truck?
No, it's the same body. So the body on the truck is a can body. They're the only ones, I believe, that manufacture that, the type we use. But the truck will be an International, where previously we had Freightliner.
Okay.
So,
All right, thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Next item is consider resolution R25-146, a resolution authorizing the filing and acceptance of a grant application for fiscal year 2025 with the Federal Transit Administration for federal transportation assistance authorized by 49 USC 5307 Urbanized Area Grant Program for Hot Springs Intra-City Transit. And Deputy City Manager Lance Spicer will discuss the item.
Yes, good afternoon. This particular grant application will be for $1,081,952. This is part of the FTA's 5307 grant program. That is where Intercity Transit, through its fixed route and ADA paratransit, utilizes the bulk of its money. This grant program allows for a 50% 50-50 local and FTA share for operating in an 80-20 for capital expenses. And, Hot Springs, other than the general funds contribution, this is by and large where most of the funding comes for transit-related services.
Any questions of Lance on this item? Hearing none. Thank you.
Next item is consider resolution R25-147, a resolution authorizing the filing and acceptance of fiscal year 2025 Federal Transit Administration 49 USC 5339 bus and bus facility grant program funds for the Hot Springs Intercity Transit. Lance.
Yes, this grant application will be for allocation is $96,534. The 5339 fund allows for capital replacement rolling stock. Generally speaking, the City of Hot Springs uses this particular grant fund for transmissions, various replacement parts on the buses, or if we're able to combine multiple years of grants to purchase ADA paratransit vans, some of the smaller cutaway vans. But this funding is for FY25, so we will be carrying this money forward into 25. Additionally into 26 with some various projects that we have slated.
Any questions on this item? Director Trustee?
Thank you, Mayor. Just one clarification. Fiscal year 2025, this for the federal
Yes,
year 2025?
correct.
Okay. The one
Yeah.
that will start, October 1?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and this is, I don't know if I mentioned, this is an 80-20. So the
Okay.
feds will match 80% versus the 20% local share.
Thank you.
Any additional questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have consider resolution R25-148, a resolution authorizing the filing and acceptance of a grant with the Federal Aviation Administration for Phase 2, project number 2402527, the taxiway shift project at the Hot Springs Memorial Airport, and authorizing a budget adjustment. And our airport director, Don Rollett, will present. Don?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is phase 2 of a 3-phase project that we've been discussing over the last few months. We are looking to file and accept a FAA grant that goes with it. We've already had some of the other funding taken care of. The total project cost is $5,313,081, of which this is a 95.5 grant. So the FAA will be covering 95% of that. The state will be covering the 5% up to $250,000 is their limit, which leaves a local contribution of $15,655. That would be a budget adjustment for that. The project has the second phase is the largest of the 3 phases. It will be working taxiway Bravo and taxiway Alpha, actually moving the main taxiway south of its current position. And it's expected taxiway Alpha to take 120 days and taxiway Bravo to take 20 days for this phase.
Okay. Any questions of Don? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is consider Resolution R25149, a resolution authorizing the filing for and acceptance of a grant from the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, from the Arkansas Division of Aeronautics for project number 2400193, the aircraft storage hangar construction project adjacent to the south ramp near runway 31 storage hangar at the Hot Springs Memorial Field Airport, and authorizing a budget amendment. Again, Don.
On this action, we're requesting to file and accept a FAA grant toward this. We already have the grant authorization from the state that we had back some time ago. And then the FAA stepped in and they're going to provide some money toward this also. So the total project cost is $1,043,507, and it would be a 95.5 with the FAA, which would bring the local share to $151,882 for that budget adjustment.
Any questions for Don?
Mayor, I will add that this is a 80 by 70 aircraft storage hangar. It's probably one of the first hangars we've built in the last decade, if approved.
If no questions, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is Resolution R25150, a resolution authorizing the filing and acceptance of a grant from the Arkansas Emergency Solutions Grant, or the ESG program, for Phase 2 renovations at the Community Resource Center. And our grant writer, Sarah DeLozier, is here to present. Sarah?
Good afternoon. The City of Hot Springs is requesting authorization to submit a fiscal year 2026 Emergency Solutions Grant application to the Arkansas Development Finance Authority in the amount of $230,000. This funding would support Phase 2 renovations at the Community Resource Center, specifically the addition of bathrooms, showers, and laundry facilities, critical improvements needed to make the CRC fully operational and capable of serving individuals experiencing homelessness. The ESG requires a 1-to-1 cash match. The city plans to meet the requirement by leveraging approximately $200,000 in eligible costs from the anticipated fiscal year 2026 CRC operating budget, excluding the CRC's director's salary, which is not an allowable match. Assuming that the fiscal year 2026 budget will be similar in size and scope to the 2025 budget of $307,000, that would be the basis of the match. The generator previously considered for ESG funding and also included in our draft Arkansas Community Assistance Grant Program application was ultimately removed from both requests. This change was necessary after it became clear that the regular volunteer hours were not eligible to be counted as in-kind match to the city's application, and also construction costs for the estimated Phase 2 increased beyond original projections. To ensure competitiveness and cost coverage, a $25,000 contingency has been added into the total project budget to account for cost escalations, which is that $230,000. The ESG request is intended to serve up as a backup to the ACAGP grant submission that we are making. We actually submitted it before July 31st. We actually submitted it yesterday, which seeks for the same Phase 2 improvements. If both grants are awarded, the city will coordinate with ATFA to explore expanding this ESG funding scope to allow other critical needs of the CRC, such as the backup generator. This phased, flexible approach enables the city to maintain project momentum while aligning the available funding opportunities. The request builds upon our ongoing success and progress at the CRC. In April of 2025, this year, the city was awarded a fiscal year 2025 ESG grant for $59,974, including $51,000 that is going to the Phase 1 kitchen renovations, $6,000 for street outreach, and $2,000 for participating in the homeless management information system. A complementary fiscal year 2026 ESG application is also being submitted by Friends of the CRC to support direct client services, including the street outreach, food assistance, and rapid rehousing. Together, these efforts advance the CRC's mission and enhance its long-term sustainability as a critical community resource. The impact, of course, would be the $230,000 or the 1-to-1 match, depending on your fiscal year 2026 budget process that you're moving forward with.
Any questions on this item? And what's the time frame for this, you think?
So this is due to our balance of state on Friday this week to pre-review and screen, and then it's due to ATFA on August 14th. And they tell us we should hear sometime this late fall. Typically, the ESG funding has been opened up in late fall, early winters, and it came up early. And we think that's probably because of the fiscal funding mechanisms, and they're trying to advance those fiscal year buckets.
So our action that would be taken on Tuesday is considered timely?
It will be timely. I will put that resolution, should it pass, in the application materials to ATFA. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will add, she did discuss quite a bit about the generator. I am working with Entergy right now. At the last Arkansas Municipal League, I had a conversation with a couple of the managers there at Entergy, and they made me aware of a program that they could potentially help supply a generator to the facility. So we're going to explore that and see what that is. I don't know if there's a cost associated with that and it's a monthly rate, or if it's some type of a grant match opportunity, but have opened up that dialogue with Ms. Marshanda Jones, and we'll hopefully have a meeting with them over the next week or two to explore that a little bit further and see where we may be able to take that as far as the generator is concerned.
Got any additional questions? Director Dobbs-Smith?
One of them, I thought just occurred to me, there's not a generator at the hospital, is it, that we're getting ready to?
I don't believe so, but that's worth us checking into for sure.
And then the other question, are there is the CRC the only agency in Hot Springs that would be eligible for these ESG grants?
Well, I would invite Chris to come up and participate in that conversation, but it is open to our balance of state. So we do participate in the monthly meetings of SWAP, and we have our continuum of care that oversees this region and area. So we are competitive in our region. Chris, do you know, I know other organizations are likely applying.
From what I've been told, honestly, that I don't think anybody else is applying, what I've been told. So that's one of the mechanisms with the Friends applying for it. We're going to be applying for rapid rehousing / homeless prevention money, which helps get folks, keep them in their home or get them off the streets, so to speak. Anyway, but yeah, from what I've been told, I haven't heard anybody else has been applying. When I talked to OCYFS, they told me that they were not going to apply. And I think in the past they have applied.
Thank you.
So.
Any additional questions? Hearing none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is consider resolution R25-151, a resolution acknowledging the review of the 2024 annual comprehensive financial audit report. And that will be presented by Steve Martin. Steve, it just went blank as you started walking up. Sorry about that.
I'm a wild and crazy guy.
You know, I'm so used to looking up and seeing Karen come to the podium whenever you stood up. I was like, whoa.
She is on vacation this week, but she will be here next week for the meeting.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you. Arkansas statutes require the governing body to review the audit reports and accompanying comments and recommendations relating to the report at the first regularly scheduled meeting following receipt of the audit report. If the report is received 10 days or less before the next regularly scheduled meeting, the report may be heard at the second regularly scheduled meeting, and that's based on the statute 10-4-418. The governing body is then required to take appropriate action relating to each finding and recommendation. The minutes of the governing body must document the review and any action taken. I am happy to report that for the year ended December 31st, 2024, the auditors issued a clean opinion of the financial statements. There were no reportable conditions found to be a material weakness. That's really good news. The 2024 annual comprehensive financial report was delivered to the Board of Directors on July 15th, 2025, and is posted on the city's website and linked in this bar for your convenience. A brief presentation from Becca Kaiser, she's with Forvis Mazars, about the 2024 ACFR will be made to review will be made to review the findings and recommendations contained in the report. The Board of Directors is asked to formally acknowledge the report.
Very good. Any questions? Look forward to the report.
Thank you. I
Thank
would
you.
like to say I'm super proud of our team for their performance through the audit. And this year, we were able to conduct the information electronically and provide it electronically for the first time. So I'm really happy for that advancement. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Mayor, that concludes the items for your August 5th meeting.
Well, I know we have a very short agenda meeting. I don't think the actual meeting will be quite this short, but,
Mayor, we'll have a report so we can extend it.
so you'll extend it regardless? All right.
No need to, Gary.
There being no further business to come before the, Director Trustee?
Just one question. Bill, will you give us the dates that we're going to be meeting, talking about budget and have presentations? I failed to write those down the first time.
So 2 weeks from today
2 weeks?
will be your goal-setting meeting. I've got about half of your packet complete.
Okay.
We've been working on that yesterday and today, as well as before I went on vacation, so I'll be getting that to you earlier. Typically, I hand those to you when you walk in the door for the meeting, but since we're not meeting on that Saturday, we're going to meet after an agenda meeting. I'm going to try to have this to you on Tuesday prior to the board meeting. If I get it done before then, I'll get it out to you a little bit sooner to review. One of the things that we've done in the past is I've asked board members to submit kind of what your goals are for 2026. Then when I get those, as you know, I send them back out and ask you to number those 1 through whatever, and then we kind of go into the meeting with a rank file. So would like for each of you to send me a couple of what your goals may be. We're kind of towards the end of any of the ARPA funds that we had stepped back. We do have a nice surplus that is still there. And as we move through that, I'm going to make sure you have all the financial reports in the packet in the booklet that I'm doing for you now. We've made a tremendous amount of work towards the unfunded capital project list. As you know, we developed that in 2023, and those, I'll show you those as far as which ones are funded and in the works, which ones still have a little more work, which ones have been completed. And there's still 3 or 4 things on there that, we need to address, but, other things that are on your mind that you'd like to see us get accomplished in 2026, if each of you could send in a couple of those, if each of you send 2, that's 14 that you'll have to rank, and theoretically, we can probably get to about 4 or 5 of those, depending on size and funding, so I'll send that out in an email as well, as I normally do, but once I get your individual recommendations, I'll put those together, get it back out to you for a ranking, and it may be that we rank those once we come into the meeting in 2 weeks. But if we get it in time and I can get it back to you, then you can rank those, and we'll go ahead and score those and bring them to you at the meeting.
Okay.
But it'll be 2 weeks from today, and the budget review, I don't have that in front of me, and Sheila's not over there, so I'll send that to you in an email, but we've got that set as well for after, I believe it's after a board meeting.
Well, is that the one that was going to be on the 11th of November?
What's
So
the bill
we
say?
moved it to Monday, the 10th?
I think that's right. That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Let me look at that.
All right.
And the one that,
You
the one that we,
you may be thinking of the Veterans Day.
The Veterans Day is November the 11th, right?
Yeah.
So we moved our agenda meeting back to Monday, the 10th. Is that the date we're going?
So that's the agenda meeting the budget will be on for approval on November the 17th.
For approval. So,
Mhm.
Work session will be before then.
yeah,
Yeah.
when is our work session?
Let me get that to you.
Should be the end of
I'm at ICMA on the 28th, so it's October the 21st. And we've got that scheduled to start at 4 o'clock on October 21st. We have a board meeting that night.
Okay.
We'll get as far as we can through it, go into our board meeting. After the board meeting adjourns, we'll get back into it and continue and hopefully get it through before the end of the night.
that Saturday that we had set aside, we're not doing that anymore.
That's correct.
I took that out of my calendar.
That's correct.
Okay.
We will not be meeting on Saturday.
Thank you.
Director Garcia.
Thank you. Follow up on the goal setting. If we have current goals that are carry over to next year, do we need to put that on our list? I mean, it's something that's a multi-year goal, and it's not going to be completed or...
I'll have that in your packet.
Okay.
That's one of the things you've got. You had 8 2025 goals in addition to some of the other things that we were working on, like the water supply project and a few others. I'll have you an update on all of those 8 projects.
Okay.
As well as where we are on like the water plant and the water projects. We still had some of that money left over. We've got 2 pretty good sized projects happening, about a $5 million project up on the Washita treatment plant and building the new lagoons that you've already approved. And then the remaining of funds that we had are going into improvements to the Amity Road tank, which is about 300,000, a little over 300,000 that you've already approved. And then we're going to have about 2.3 to 2.5 million in plate settlers at the Washita treatment plant and some of those filters. So all of that information will be in your pack as well. It's going to be a lot of information. As you know, we spent the first couple hours in those meetings just going through the financials,
Right.
where we're at on the goals, the unfunded capital, all of those kind of things. So I'm going to get that to you at least by Tuesday, so you can review that prior to coming in the following Tuesday when we start working on the goal setting. But if I could get you to send me a couple of those goals, I don't think you need to resubmit the ones that are still the long-term ones, because I'll have that in your packet as an update. But it's something that I appreciate you bringing that up, because we do need to keep that in mind, that, you know, some of the major big projects, I mean, our engineering department is tapped out right now. We really can't add anything else downstairs until we get through some of these wastewater projects that we
Right.
just started. But I also have information in there about Our Roads Now and what we've been able to accomplish over the past 3 years, where we're going hopefully in 2026. It's when you put those together under one document, it's truly transforming and amazing what we've been able to do with those funds and the number of roads we've been able to address, as well as the number of sidewalks. So that'll be another section that'll be in your packet. So it's going to be a book of projects and where we're at and financials, and
And you think we'll have that the week before? the
you'll have it by
goal set?
Tuesday.
Okay.
And will
Thank you.
we have an update on the refurbishment of the property on Whittington?
Yes.
Or is that, I didn't know when that was supposed to be, couldn't remember. when that was
That,
supposed to be
we'll give you an
completed.
update on that as well. That's part of that unfunded capital list that we had, and I'm going to touch base on each one of those too.
Great.
We did hear a lot of kudos on what we're doing with Our Roads Now from Arkansas DOT and the Highway Commissioners meeting last week. So that was good for the city and county on that, and that
Right.
helps us get, what we're doing with that helps us get more money, more things done from them.
Yes.
All right. Anything else? Very good.
Sure. Thank
Enjoy
you.
your evening.
Wow.